All right, so the teacher on the camera was starting section 5.1, so I want to go over some stuff that she was trying to cover and hopefully you understand what she was talking about a little better once we get there. So the terminology, she used a lot in this. There's a couple of words, even and odd, not talking about even or odd numbers, although it does have to do with that when you look at the exponents, degree and leading coefficient. For the degree, we've kind of mentioned this. If you take a polynomial and you take the highest exponent, for instance, if I told you 3x to the fourth minus 2x to the third plus 4x squared minus 7, the highest exponent is the degree for this polynomial. If you're just dealing with one term, the x is all the way through the polynomial, which functions are going to be like that. The highest exponent is going to be the degree of this. So this is a fourth degree polynomial, okay? And because it's an even number, that means it's an even function. So to kind of jump straight into what she's talking about with the even functions, the picture of this means it's going to start up and end up. It will do some crazy stuff in the middle, or it's going to start down and end down, and maybe it does some crazy stuff in the middle as well. We're going to talk about what happens in the middle in just a second. But for end behaviors, and that is actually the first lesson she was going over, end behaviors, meaning what happens on the end of the polynomial over here and the end over there. If it's an even function, both ends go the same direction. They both go up or they both go down. And the way you decide that is by looking at the leading coefficient. Because this number is a positive 3, it would go up in both directions. If you had g of x is equal to negative 5x to the 7th minus 9, that's a polynomial. Well, we gotta say x to the 8th because we're dealing with even. Sorry about that. Because it's an even function, it's going to go together, but because the leading coefficient's negative, it's going to be going down on both ends, okay? Now, if it's an odd function, meaning the highest exponent is a odd number, like a 3, 5, 7, whatever else. So something like h of x is equal to 4x to the 7th minus 3x to the 4th plus 8. The highest exponent is 7, so this is an odd function, which means this thing's either going to go up on this end and down on that end, and it'll do some crazy stuff in the middle, or it could be a function where it's a negative 3x to the 5th plus 4x to the 3rd plus 2x squared minus 8x, something like that, to where this function would be down on this end, up on that end, and do some crazy stuff in the middle as well. It'll be one connected function like a roller coaster. Polynomial functions always graph like roller coasters, so they're nice smooth curves all the way around. But the end behaviors is what we're talking about, okay? If it's positive, the right hand goes up, left hand goes down. If it's a negative leading coefficient, the right hand goes down, the left hand goes up. So on odd behaviors, that tells you what the right hand side's doing. The positive goes up, the negative goes down. Okay?